Wasn't as pretty as we wanted, but I feel like we didn't do a very good job of taking care of the ball the first half. Better the second. Defensively, got better the second half. I feel like we shared the ball a lot. I mean, obviously, assist-to-turnover ratio was really, really good, but most for me is having 5 players in double digits, and Kambree almost there. So, I mean, it just shows like this team, if they play together and they all are firing, like it's going to be really, really hard to beat us.
Questions?
What did you guys focus on at halftime to like come out to that really strong run after half? For any of you, honestly.
I got it. I think we just focused on obviously closing out high. They were hitting a lot of shots and just knowing where the shooters were, and also just bringing that intensity and pushing in transition. I feel like we got a lot of good stuff in transition in the first half, so we just were trying to continue that in the second half. So that's what I'd say.
Coach, what was Brinley doing early on? Just, I mean, navigating the scout, I guess, to really give you guys a spark.
Brinley does a really good job of coming in and just letting, I wouldn't say letting the game cut. She comes in and asserts herself from the very beginning. She's aggressive, and I love her cuts. There's so many times where the ball handler gets to the paint, and then she has nowhere to go, and Brinley bails them out on a cut, and it's just easy to hand it off to her. She's really sneaky around the basket. Effective, and so it's fun watching her, and I love the energy she brings in off the bench.
Do you agree with that, Bryn? Is that what you were trying to do?
I guess. I don't know. I'm just playing.
These two are like my secret weapon, if you haven't noticed. Like whenever they come in, it's like instant offense and instant defense off the bench, and energy.
Well, I was going to say that their skill sets seem kind of similar, their size is similar. Do you expect a similar output from them when they come in?
I would say they're different players, but coming in together, like their length creates a lot of problems. And both of them like crash the boards, and I mean, she's always offensive rebounding like crazy. And it's just, some of her tip-ins are incredible, and so like they cause a lot of havoc on the defensive end, and then when they turn around and they're aggressive on offense, I feel like they've settled into now who they are, and they just are who they are, and they just play it, and they play hard.
You said that taking care of the basketball was better in the second half. What were some of the keys to being efficient offensively like you were?
I would say in the first half we were getting stops, but we were getting stops, bad shots or turnovers. That's how it was translating. So in the second half, we got stops, and they translated to better shots, better looks, and so that was really key for us.
Kambree, you were tied for the lead on the team with 7 rebounds. What do you do on the offensive and defensive boards to try to get as many as you can?
Honestly, I just crash and be physical, try to get that board, but yeah.
Do you feel like that helps give you some energy in the game for the rest? Like focusing on those boards, it helps like translate into other parts of your game as well?
Yeah, I feel like if I go in and do my part and get boards and just boarding, I feel like it amps me up and it amps my team up, so yeah.
I think that's one of your season highs in minutes too. That just
Were in transition, and we did a good job of sprinting up the floor, and I know looking up the floor and kicking up early, which kind of led to those baskets. So that's just what I would say, just on transition. They weren't getting back as good as they needed. So I don't know.
Each game has a defensive challenge. What was the defensive challenge in this one, and how did you adjust and make it work for you?
Well, I had a challenge for them, and we did not meet it, but we did lock it down when it came time and to kind of spread the game open. I think we had a goal of 8 kills. I think we got that. I feel like we should have. I don't know, like, I'm never gonna be satisfied on the defensive end, sorry, like, I could pick it apart. Film session on Thursday will be fun.
Through 5 games now, how do you feel like the team has, like the identity of the team has kind of changed so far this season, just early on? Have you seen any changes?
I feel like girls, I mean, so many new faces on the team. And so finding their role and doing their role, I feel like they're just filling each other out. The chemistry is becoming, I mean, palpable sometimes out there. I feel like sometimes they don't talk on defense, and that's because they know each other so well now. It's like they just think that's going to happen, right? And so I'm just constantly asking them to talk. But changing, like they're buying into the defensive side of the ball, and that's what I love to see, because we're going to go on the road. We're not going to shoot the ball great, but we're always going to have our defense. So that's, I mean, I can see that change in them, and I feel like it happened right after we scrimmaged San Francisco. I mean, we got our butts handed to us, and that was good for us. And I wouldn't take that back. It was really good. We refocused, and everybody bought into what we need to do, and practice became a lot. It became more intentional, different, I would say.
Any other questions for Coach?